the notes book here. I've got the document of it open. So what we've got is a slope field, okay? 8F, we're doing slope fields. And we have a differential equation here. dy on dx is equal to x take away y. Now, this one is not separable, okay? We can move the y over the other side, but then what we would have is we'd have y plus dy on dx. And then that's not going to be helpful for us if we're trying to integrate one side with respect to x and one side with respect to y. So we can't separate this, but we can still produce its slope field. And so that's the general solution for any function that could be graphed with this differential equation. So this is the differential equation, right? X take y. So we're going to fill in this table of values to determine the slope at those different points. So if we have x is minus 2 and y is minus 2, and I do minus 2 take away minus 2, I'm going to get 0. Okay, so we're going to put a 0 there. We're going to fill this whole table in together. I'm going to go down the diagonals because that's easy. If I do minus 1 take minus 1, 0. So you can see we're going to have zeros down all the diagonals here. All right, now we'll just go down the columns. Okay, I've got minus 2 take away minus 1. So that becomes minus 2 plus 1. That becomes minus 1. All right. In the next one, we're going to have minus 2 take away 0. We're going to have minus 2 take away 1. And minus 2 take away 2. So just filling that in accordingly. Up here, we will have minus 1 take away minus 2. We've got the 0 there already. We're going to have minus 1 take away minus 2. Minus 1 take 0. I'm looking at the wrong column. Minus 1 take 0. Minus 1 take 1. And minus 1 take 2. Here, 0 take away minus 2. 0 take away minus 1. 0 take away 1. And 0 take away 2. All right, and hopefully you can start to see a pattern there. I'm just going to fill the rest in. So what are we going to have here? 3, 2, 1, 0, 1. And then 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, so we've filled in that table. Mariam, you got that table filled in? Yep, very good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to draw the slope field. Now, generally, you're not required to draw a slope field, but I just want to show you how they're generated. What we have in this table is the slopes for given values of x and y. All right, so I'll just check. Yep, my pen's working. I'm going to change it to red. So at the point x is minus 2, y is minus 2, we have a slope of 0. Now, what does a slope of 0 look like? But it's a horizontal line, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to draw a horizontal line at that point. And in fact, we're going to do horizontal lines at all those diagonals. So when x is, when we have, sorry, that's in the wrong spot. I've drawn it in the positive section. I need to come down a bit, down here. So minus 2, we have a slope of 0. Minus 1, a slope of 0. There's a slope of 0. There's a slope of 0. And then up here, a slope of 0 as well. All right, so all I've done there is filled in the diagonals. When x is minus 2, y is minus 2, the slope is 0. X is minus 1, y is minus 1, the slope is 0. Excellent. Okay, now let's just go through the columns, I think. So we've got when x is minus 2 and y is minus 1. All right, so x is minus 2, y is minus 1. That's this point here. And we've got the slope at that point is minus 1. Now, a slope of minus 1 is going to look like this. All right, and I've drawn below there, I've drawn a table, I've got here the slopes from minus 4 through to positive 4. Okay, now we have a slope of, minus 1. I did positive 1. Sorry, not having much luck here. There you go. There's a slope of minus 1. All right, and so we're going to use the graph there to help us fill in the slopes at these points. Okay, so the next one, when x is minus 2 and y is 0, the slope is minus 2. So that's going to be negative and a bit steeper again. All right, then we have a slope of minus 3, which is pretty steep, and minus 4, which is even steeper. So I'm just, that's not steeper. There we go. All right. So we have those slopes drawn at those points. And because we're drawing it, we're just sort of trying the best to get a rough idea of how steep the function is at that point. Okay, we'll do the next column. We've got when x is minus 1. Okay, so we'll start at the bottom. When x is minus 1 and y is minus 2, the slope is positive 1. All right, so we have a slope of 1, 0, then we've got a slope of minus 1, then we've got a slope of minus 2, and then we've got a slope of minus 3. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking about it, and I'm just going to keep filling it in according to the table there. So from minus 1, we're at 0, and so slope of minus 2, positive 2, positive 1, 0, negative 1, and then negative 2. And then what are we going to have? Slope of 3, slope of 2, slope of 1, slope of 0, slope of minus 1. And then four, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So give you guys an opportunity to catch up. So that's how we draw it, okay? So here's the slope field, fill in the table, and we've drawn a slope field. Now, I've already said you're not required to draw slope fields, okay? What we do is we fill them in, we trace through them, but that's how it's generated, okay? So what is it? It's the solutions to the differential equation that exist on the Cartesian plane, okay? So let's scroll through to the next part. So what we can see here, this is from the textbook, the slope, this is the curve 2x, all right? So for every value along there, they've got all these dotted lines that tell you the slope for any value of x. And notice how there's multiple solutions. There's multiple solutions, right? All of those are potential solutions. All of those are specific solutions because they're an individual case. That's because this differential equation has the solution x squared plus c, where c is the vertical translation. And so we don't know where the function exists along the y-axis. We don't know its vertical translation, but this slope field allows for all possible differential equations. Okay, so we're presented with some down here, and we're going to draw the solutions through the point x is minus 1, y is minus 1. So what that means, I'm starting here, okay? Can everyone see where I've just put that dot? That's where I'm starting. X is minus 1, y is minus 1. And all we do is we follow the slope, okay? We're going to draw through. I might go a different color again because I've got red lines on there, don't I? So what color is this one? That's good, so that's purple. So all we're going to do is we're going to follow through this point here. And so we've got to just follow the curve, and we've got to make sure that our curve is tangent. Oh, it's like a rainbow or something. This is a bit strange, this color. We've got to make sure our curve is tangent to the slopes that it passes around and through. Okay, so it's just following the path of the curves we're presented with. All right, so that's the solution there. I'm going to get out of the rainbow color. I might go with the yellow highlighter. All right, if we look at this one, minus 1, 1. Okay, that seems to be this point here. So it's horizontal there, and then it's passing down this way, and horizontal, and then here it starts passing down this way. All right, so that's our solution there. Okay. Here, passing through minus 1, so that's going to be this point. And so we're just following the curve. All right, we're following the tangents that are drawn. Our curve is tangent at those points. And last one, minus 1, 1. And so we're following it up this way, and we're an asymptote along. We can see the asymptote there. That's this dotted line here that extends out, and then following in this direction around. Okay, so they're the slope fields drawn through the particular solutions. So that's basically what we're doing today, okay, is you're going to be finding solutions to the slope field and then drawing them on there. All right, so that page of your notes book, I printed that from the textbook. Every now and then they provide you with printouts for you to use so that you don't have to draw in the textbook. You can draw on your notes book there, and I think they're all the problems that we need to solve. So it's pretty easy exercise. We're just following through, drawing according to the lines. All right, let's give that a crack.